It is this again. Are we up? Are we broadcasting? Are we?
There's Mixer.
Yeah, it's just yeah. Stop talking all that Cyrillic talk. Literally don't know what's going on. It has been going. It's yeah, dude. It's just like messing up.
So where were we? You were saying the date, and then everything just went to hell.
Yeah, dude. It did go to hell.
We didn't say. I mean, is that offensive now?
I don't know. Can we say the date now? Can we say it's like freaking Monday is almost over and it didn't happen, and then it did or did not happen? We still have to broadcast and everything else. So, but we got freaking we got Twitter up, we got Mixer up, we got. I really don't know what the really I don't know, man.
Twitter's our only one that stays strong.
Yeah, dude. I have no. Again, I try to. We try to get you the best and the best and quality recordings when we could finally fucking do it. Stay tuned if you guys are on the main page. Don't worry, I'll get it on the main page right quick. Don't worry, don't sweat it. But anyways, I was just telling Kaz, it's just been one of those freaking days. We were just saturated with news. And it's just like the news is so saturated on a lot of stuff that it literally gets us to the point where we're just, dude, really? I mean, or is there anything else we want to talk about? Is there anything else we don't want to talk about? Because everything gets to the point where there's so much divisiveness now that, bro, I don't know what to say, man.
It's exhausting. It's like information. It's not even information. It's just it's this babble that just comes at you all the time. And if you're watching a CNN broadcast or a Fox News broadcast, it's like you have this 30-minute swath of information, and it goes with the headlines, and it usually goes into like news, and then it goes into some lighter stuff. But lately, it's been just it's incessant 30-minute broadcast, and then after that little 30-minute broadcast, there's a whole brand new set of talking heads doing their 30-minute broadcast, spitting the same stuff in your face.
Right, dude.
And it's absolutely exhausting.
I get to the point to where I watch stuff now, and it literally I don't want to. Don't get me wrong. We are all talking about the world on fire right now with a lot of the, we don't know shit. We got fucking, the world's on fire right now. I mean, we have the world on fire. Some of the things that I got that kind of bothered me is they were talking about the defunding of police and all that. I don't think individuals don't realize, and to be honest with you too, bro, I'm tired and I've got coffee that. It's like freaking huge, dude. I got a big old mug of coffee. Oh my God, I literally got a big mug of coffee. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys the coffee that I'm drinking right now. It's just one of those fucking days that it's that fucking frustrating. But here currently, if you look on the screen,
you're not doing Death Wish, are you?
No. Cafe Bustelo, man. Come on, dude. It's a Warriors. It's a Warriors drink.
That is good.
Hang on. Let me show you So right now, currently broadcasting right now. This is what I got. And that's still not waking me up. I don't even like. I'm sitting here with my Harley mug. And it just makes you mad, dude. It just makes you mad that this continuous battery, bro. It just like fuck. So first thing, we're talking about defunding the police. You don't want to defund the police. You don't. Here's the reason why. The police, aside from what we're seeing on the news. Yes, there is some issues with police brutality. As a matter of fact, I think watching what's been going on in the riots, all the way from the moment the video that sparked all of it all with George Floyd was really, you're really seeing it out in the open. I think it's because of the fact that there's proof now. There's freaking there's now we're seeing it because it's now with cameras are at the ready.
Everybody's got a camera,
right?
I think, who was it that said, "Oh my gosh," Will Smith. He said, the police brutality is not getting worse; it's being filmed more.
Exactly. So I look at it, and don't get me wrong, it is fucked up. I have a picture on my personal Facebook of these LAPD cops just waylaying on this guy in a wheelchair with non-lethal rounds. The guy's trying to fucking move. He's trying to wheel himself out of the way,
Right.
and he is getting his ass peppered. He's in.
But even officers, I don't know. That is a moment in time. I saw that picture, and that's a moment in time. But it was looking like the other officers there were like, "What the fuck?"
But yeah, exactly. Yeah, they were like, "What the fuck you doing, Cherry?" Like he was the new. You know what I mean? He was the new guy. Here's the reason why I'm talking about when you say defund the police. This is why my thing, and I'm not talking about demobilize or deactivate. Fort Bragg, North Carolina has the Cumberland County Sheriff, Hope County Sheriff, Fayetteville PD, Spring Lake PD, and Hope Mills PD around it. One time there was a police force was shut down. The Spring Lake Police Department was shut down. I think it was about a couple years ago. The reason why it was shut down is due to the fact that there was some shit that was going on with the police department, and so the Cumberland County Sheriff had to cover those policing activities until it got rebranded or restarted or whatever. I think that would be a little bit better than just up and getting the how do I say it? Getting the I don't know. It's like you really don't want to wipe the slate clean, because if you do it like that, then the feds come in. Isn't that kind of like what we want to avoid?
I was just going to say, if you get rid of the police, the next step up is, I'm talking about the sheriff's department and the local police department. The next step up is federal.
Right. They don't, I don't think people understand the ramifications of what is going on right now with, yeah, exactly that. Pooks, it was mad hardcore. I mean, there's a lot of police stations that have police departments, agencies that have gone through several corruption scandals and all that. A lot of it as well is there are some cases that are going on with missing and exploited children, abused, battered women, rapes. This is the reason why you don't fucking want to defund the police, because those resources will be taken away to investigate those. I don't have an answer. I honestly don't have an answer, other than the fact that I think what they need to do is they need to get graduates from the police academy and put them somewhere else, like have a different police department activated, or incorporate with this next academy class a little bit different method of restraints. Because you remember back in the day, remember the chokehold was a big deal back when we were younger. Remember that? That was like,
yes. I mean, it's always been there, and it's very, very effective.
Right. Well, right. It's like it is, and I'm just like, fucking, there is some yes, there is some restraints. There is some level of training that I've had in my experiences, and everybody knows that the carotid artery is the place where you don't want to you want to do the choke out game, or you want to do the pass out game. I don't know. I don't know what to do as far as that type of reform, but then to reform, and like we were just saying this before we went on air, kind of like a UCMJ for the cops.
They need to be able to police themselves. They can't just require or rely on whatever laws are on the books, because it seems like there's always someone there within their system that shuffles a little bit of paperwork a different direction, or loses things, or doesn't check all the boxes, and then everything goes to court and it gets thrown out on a technicality, or witnesses don't show up, not because they've been disabled, but they just don't show up, covering for their buddy. I get it. I completely get it, but this is out of control.
This is to the point where I'm looking at the trust and credibility now of, I have friends that are in Leos. They think I'm mad at them. I'm like, well, I'm not mad at you, man. I have really good close friends that are Leos. Sheriffs, and PD, city cops. Some feds, working in the triple letter feds stuff, and they think that I'm pissed off at them. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm pissed off at the fact that you guys have had guys that come in and fucking fuck things up for you, and then you're quick to hurry up to expedite something so that way it looks good, or it doesn't look bad on you, ends up fucking you guys over. It makes it look worse. And I mean, a cover up nobody likes, of course. But Jesus Christ,
when the infraction is just so egregious like this, I saw a protester with a sign today that says, "If you think things are bad now, wait till what's his name, the the officer, the offending officer, the one who was kneeling on the neck. Wait till he gets acquitted."
Oh, I know.
And I'm like, man, and this guy just got he got bail assigned. I'm not saying that he made bail. I'm saying that within the scope of what the judge said, his bail is between 1 and 1.2 or 1 and 1.25.
Yeah, something like that. You're right. You're right.
I mean, so what? And I'm, with justice being equal to everybody, I mean, he has offended the entire nation by his behavior. What kind of safety do you think he'll have if he posts bond?
Yeah, he ain't gonna have any fucking safety, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah,
he's not gonna. I'll be honest with you. He's not gonna have any safety at all because I mean, look what's happened. I mean, look in a way, like you were saying, it's just like Will Smith. It's not the fact that it just happened so much. It's now that it's being recorded. It's now being seen. But we're seeing police departments that I never thought would ever be doing police brutality. Does that make sense? It doesn't. I was like, oh the fuck. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's a big metro area. It's large. It's very huge. But you don't really hear much coming out of Minneapolis as far as the police brutality thing. You think of like L.A.,
right?
Or New York City,
or Atlanta, or Washington D.C.,
maybe Miami, Miami,
yeah,
or something like that. Not even Dallas. That Dallas is big. Houston is big, but you don't really hear about it. But this, oh my goodness, it's really it's opening a lot of eyes. We're kind of seeing the monster in the room. And it's a little bit of everywhere, because I've seen some clips of cops getting out of hand in different municipalities, not just big cities.
Right.
Popping tires.
Oh yeah, dude, what the fuck goes up with that?
All of this I'm seeing, and these are just little itty bitty clips, and you don't know the entire story. So people are basing their opinions on these little 5-second clips, and they're making an entire story out of these little 5-second clips. And that's really, really dangerous, because the entire story is not being told. It looks really bad with a cop running, by a car and just boom, 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 with a big ass knife, popping holes in these people's tires. That's crazy. But there's a story behind it. I'd like to know what that story is. I'd like to know exactly how this George Floyd thing went down. I understand it was a suspected counterfeit bill or a bad check or something like that. But there was an interaction. There was contact from the police officer to that citizen.
Right.
I didn't see any of that video. I saw the police officer's knee on the back of this guy's neck.
Yeah, that's another thing too. I want to see, because there is some backstory with those two. They've had a history with each other back. I mean, but I mean that's it's. I think what's going to happen is that when the trial starts kicking off, they're going to show it all. I mean, just by public outcry, stuff that would normally be done. I'll be honest with you, if they had, maybe it's good that we now have body cams on police officers. I know.
I bet you the discovery phase takes at least a year before this even goes to trial.
Oh yeah, of course. Statements, individuals that were there. I'm not gonna. Again, I am not saying at all. I'm not saying at all what he did was right or anybody else was. What I'm saying is that the protesting there, I totally see the reason for the protesting, but I don't fucking see the reason for the destruction and the looting afterwards. I don't think it does any good to anybody's cause. All the way up to now as to where we're having it's getting so, like you were saying, bro, it's getting so fucking partisan. With I don't even know what the fuck's going on in news. You know what I mean?
Like, hey, did you know that we just blasted 2 astronauts off the face of the Earth?
Right.
From Florida?
America. Fuck yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
That was on like the 5th page of news.
Right. Commercial space flight. Right now, there's 2 astronauts here hanging out in the International Space Station, driving up in a freaking space version of a Tesla.
With a dinosaur?
With a little dinosaur, yeah. His name is Tremor. The name of the dinosaur is a little Tremor. sold at the SpaceX shop that was immediately sold out an hour after the launch.
That's cool.
Yeah, dude, it's just it's other news that just blows me away. Now, legislative matters and stuff like that. You know, I think also here we go. I'm going to talk about Treasy. The last time I talked about Treasy, all the webs got all messed up. People got butthurt when I talked about Treasy. When I talk about Treasy, I'm not talking about how he is a person or how he's an administrator. I don't give a fuck about that. I just care about how he's running the country and how things are going so far with the country. And I would say his optics right now aren't looking too fucking good on the sensitivity of events. I mean, I think, and this was me. If I was president, I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking about him. If I was president, I would look outside the fucking window. I said, as soon as I saw the video, I'd be like, damn, that's what the. I mean, this is just me thinking. I'd probably talk to you, Cos. I'm like, damn, bro, did you see that fucking video? The dude was fucking kneeling on his neck. What's going on?
An advisor should have said, "Mr. President, you need to go on television tonight."
Bingo. You not only need to go on television tonight, but let's advise. Well, fuck, advisor. Let's fucking advise.
A mark of a leader is to take advice from your advisor, or at least take it into consideration. Just don't. No, that's not my idea. I'm not.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, I would advise that. Okay, I see some fucking real big shit happening. Sir, I recommend that you go ahead and lower the flag at had staff on the White House and ask the governor, immediately call the governor and say, hey, what do you need from me? What you got going on? And by the way, I'm on the way with the Attorney General and the FBI because what I saw is fucked up. And I would say, jump in Air Force One, sir. Go take off. Fly to Minneapolis.
That would have been a good thing to do.
Like immediately not telling. You know how he likes to go to Afghanistan or whatever and just like surprise people and shit.
Yeah,
I would have done the same thing. I'd have been like, sir, just get in the fucking plane, just take the fuck off. Shut up, Jared Kushner, shut up. Shut up. I'll tell the other one in the staff to shut up, sir. Let's get on the fucking plane. Me and Cos are going to take you to Air Force One.
A 2.5-hour flight.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'd ask the family. I'd tell them, sir, have the family come see you in private. You know what I mean? No cameras, no. Because what he likes to do when he's in front of cameras, and this is like the big cringe factor, is that he rambles on stuff when he's like, I don't know, on the spot, and he'll start rambling, and then sometimes I think he doesn't realize what he's rambling. You know what I mean? He doesn't know what he's going to ramble about. He just rambles.
Yeah, when he goes off script, it's pretty.
Oh yeah, it's like dad joke hell. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? No, I would talk to the family and then look at his daughter. I was like, hey, sweetie, we're gonna do everything we can. We'll let you know that we're gonna seek justice in this for your father. And then I tell the president, sir, go ahead and assemble the fucking chain of command of the entire Minneapolis police department, the seniors, and speak to them. Man, let's talk to them. As a matter of fact, sir, I would have just the chief, some senior administration officials, the mayor, and I would have them like an auditorium and just have a one-way conversation and introduce them to the Attorney General and the FBI that's going to be taking over the investigation.
These people are going to be asking you some questions.
Right. It'd be one-way conversation. I would then go to City Hall. Then I would, freaking open up on the steps. I would have all right, how do you set this Zoom shit up? You know what I mean? Okay, what are we doing with this? Set up this. We gotta set the shit up with Zoom, sir. Okay, all right. I like Zoom. Zoom is good. I invented Zoom. No, you didn't, sir. But Zoom is very beautiful. I gave the name Zoom. And then walk him. Have him do his fucking My Fellow American speech. You would probably be able to write him a good 3-4 minute speech.
Easy.
And then, My Fellow Americans type of, and highlight the obvious issue. I'd be like, sir, say this. This must stop. Or crimes committed against our citizens that, from those that are, sworn to protect us and protect our homes have had a tarnished image seen all around the world or something like that. Highlighted, the actions of a culture that the brutality has gone unchecked for so long. Now we must do something to ensure that our police are policing themselves. Thank you. God bless America. Airborne. All that stuff. And that'd been it. Like the night of. Then I'd be walking around Congress. What y'all doing? You know what I mean? What y'all working on? You know what I mean? I would be happy. It's not an image thing. It would be kind of like you want to know because what happened?
We need to let everyone know that you're hands on.
Right. As much as hands on as everybody says he is, but then that would be a good image of him being hands on. I think. I mean, he would be recruiter times.
I think that things just got. They weren't addressed soon enough, and they weren't addressed well enough, and it took far too long. It was the cat was out of the bag, and the nation was on fire before he even really started to do anything. And by then, no one's listening to him, and it's sad. I mean, I'm just going to say, it upset me, but I was not forced to go out and burn buildings down because I was upset. I cannot put myself in the place of my member of this nation.
Right.
And imagine what outrage there is, because this has been going on. Reginald Denny, and the hands up, don't shoot, and all of these things, all these little things just come together, and it came to this. And this has gone far enough as far as the police brutality. Not saying that every cop is brutal to the suspects, but my gosh, it might as well be all of them. The way that I'm seeing people react,
I don't think
the optics are super bad.
Right. I don't think that the. I also don't think that the city governments, or I should say the governors and the city governments, didn't have a. I don't know. I don't think they had. You're right. They didn't have a grasp of the optics to where you're going to protest. Let us know what you need, and we will help you protest. I think that would have mitigated something too. Like like I said before, if you had the cops walking alongside the streets and and the protesters were in the middle to protect them. That's what I would say. I was like, hey, we're here to protect you. What do you guys need? Let's go. Tell the companies, hey, we're going to come in and we're going to hear you and we want to hear what you got to say. So go ahead and let's form up at this park. Or as a matter of fact, we're going to close off some streets for you so you can march, and we'll march the route for you. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to have a fucking permit. You know what I mean? There should have been some. This is the big deal. You know what I mean? You'd think there'd be some sort of fucking, I don't know.
I'm trying to think of the words, not favors, but you can bypass some of the paperwork to allow people.
Exactly. You could provide accommodation for this reason.
Follow it up with paperwork, but let people do what they're going to do.
Right.
Don't let them burn down the city.
Right. Well, now I mean, you got some agitators too.
Agitators. Do you think? Yeah. I mean, it all started out as peaceful protests. I mean, on the angry side of a peaceful protest, but then the agitators got in there and started, tipping cars over. And dude, I saw them tipping over a freaking ambulance.
That's
hell of it.
Right. Well, you know what? That's a good point. We don't know what started first, the protest or the destruction.
I think it started off as a decent, a civil protest, and then some agitators got involved, and they were just waiting for something like this.
Yeah. And then what? Then what's next? And then we had DC. You notice lately, there's been a downturn of violence. You notice that?
The riots are done.
Right.
I want to say done. They're all but done.
Right.
There are lots of really peaceful protests. The city of Fort Worth had some great protests. No damage, no injury, no nothing. They arrested a bunch of people via cops. This happened both in Dallas and in Fort Worth. Protesters were walking across the bridge to go to an area while the cops blocked off the bridge on both sides, and then arrested everybody. And then, they got released. They didn't get, no charges pressed or anything. They just got kind of removed from the area. But there was no building damage, which was great. Dallas, on the other hand, there were some fires and some damage. It's a different city. Fort Worth is more of a red city. Dallas is definitely a blue city.
Do you think that that would? I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and fucking say it. We'll go ahead and blast those last 15 minutes before we go on break. Did you see what fucking Sean King put out? I'm not. You want to talk about the elephant in the fucking room?
Someone hacked his account. That was the first thing I thought.
Yeah.
Did you grab any of those tweets?
I don't want to feel like I'm pros. I don't want to throw out a bad tweet. You know what I mean? I don't know if it is it really fucking legit, or are those tweets legit? First off,
we don't know if these are legit tweets, but oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I will say real quick is that Sean King, everybody knows he's an activist for the African American community. I mean, everybody likes to talk shit and call him Talcum X because they think he's like Rachel Dolezal, and they say that he's not really black and he's just a white guy trying to be black or whatever. He said some stuff that was really freaking odd when it came to this whole thing.
It was odd coming from Sean King.
It was odd coming from Sean King, saying that calls out Dems for running the cities for the worst police brutality. That's what he said.
Paraphrasing, he said all of this violence is seen in Blue City.
Right. Yeah, paraphrasing. I mean, I can. Hang on. Let me. Fuck it. Let's see. Let's go to the Twitterage. Let's go to the Twitterage right now, and I'll pull some screenshots and see what we got. For what he said. Now, you're right. People may not agree with what he's got to say. People's got, you're right. There's individuals who totally fucking agree with that. He's said some shit that it's like whatever. Let me look. So let me just read. So everyone's talking about what he said. Everyone's talking about they're doing a long con. He's a grifter. He's exposed and all that. I thought everybody already knew that he wasn't black. I mean, I thought that was like common knowledge, right? Is he not black? That's his background, right? I mean, I'm not being that to be a dick. I'm just like legitimately fucking asking the question. We've always been under the understanding that he's black, right? Or that he's white, or he's white trying to be black. Then that's what the African American community is saying. So I'm trying to find these tweets, but right now I guess the web is trying to kill him on Twitter. Let me see if you can find it. You can find a screenshot, man. Just drop it in the chat, and I'll look it up. No. He literally said that. Let me see. I'll
all of a sudden.
What's that?
These are hard to find. All of a sudden.
Yeah, you're right. I was about to say I'm looking for them right now, and I cannot find them. He's literally saying things that we're like, what did Sean King just really fucking say that? He really said that the majority of the police brutality comes from states that are Democratic run states. He literally is saying that all these events are because that's who voted. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, of course. That's who was voted in office. That's. It's almost like he's almost like saying, hey, it's your fault for voting these people in. And I can't find. We can't find it. I was looking for it earlier because as we were talking before. I couldn't fucking find it. I could not find it at all. Where he was saying that, like you were saying, did his shit get fucking hacked? Did he really get his account? I mean, he's not even talking about.
Because it was a very coherent thought, which I was like, there's no way this is coming from him. But then, you keep on reading and you're like, well, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it made sense to me, which made me think that it wasn't a legit tweet from him. I don't know what that sounds like.
No, yeah. See, that's here's the thing too. Everyone's saying he's an idiot and he's all that. My thing is this: it's that maybe we think he's an idiot for what that was. Okay, I tell you what, I got one somebody just sent me, and it's the one from Rand Paul, the one he talked about Rand Paul,
right?
And we're talking about no knock warrants, warrant serves. Everybody knows, of course, that a no knock warrant is exactly what it sounds like. It's police officers and a SWAT team showing up, and there you go. They show up, they just bust right through your door. And there was an event that happened with Breonna Taylor, and the police walked in, just came in there, shot her up and returning fire because her boyfriend, who was just released, by the way, just started shooting at the cops. They didn't identify as police officers. They didn't identify as doing a warrant. Here we go. Here's right here. They just busted right in. So they were going to slam the guy for attempted murder on a police officer because an officer got hit, and he freaking got injured. So here's what he said. This is what Shaun King said. I can't believe I'm even posting something on WTF Nation Radio from Shaun King because we always meme him and make jokes about it and stuff like that. But he wrote, guess who made the single strongest statement on the ludicrous no-knock warrant used to murder Breonna Taylor from a national politician? It was Rand Paul, the Republican senator from Kentucky. We're probably going to get our shit fucking feed killed from this. Not a Democrat. He said that they should be banned altogether nationwide. Painful. This is Shaun King, dude.
I mean, when you're right, you're right.
5 levels of right on this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave that up there because I was like, what the fuck? Did he really say that? Did he really just bust it out? And I'm just going to read another one. And this is what he said. I'm reading directly from one of his tweets. I'm not sure the Minneapolis City Council would ever voted to dismantle and defund their police department without the riots. It obviously took strategy, protest, marching, confrontation, and none. While I do think the sheer level of destruction played a role. Listen to how he said that. That's why everyone's like, "Is your shit hacked, bro? Did you get an advisor or something?"
So I want to say it might have been Crowder that says if he keeps tweeting like this, he's going to end up taking the red pill.
Right. Oh my god. Oh, I know exactly. Yeah, Crowder did say that. Crowder's funny as shit. He's fucking hilarious. So it's one of those things where you're kind of like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening right now. We're having some congressional police reform being signed today. It was signed today, and they signed some stuff right before they went on the signing. And I'm not going to post it because I think it's funny, and I'll start memeing the fuck out of them and all that. But all the members of the Democratic delegation had kneeled and had some sort of African tribal shawl on them or like a scarf. I don't. They all kneeled except for Nadler. Nadler didn't kneel
because he can't.
I think he can't. I think he's got like legit. But I was just kind of thinking, when all of a sudden did you guys become? When all of a sudden they become like they gave a crap about the minority community? Pick it. I mean specifically the African American. When do they give a shit about them now? Or now all of a sudden now they want to, represent. Now all of a sudden they want to be supportive. Now all of a sudden they're even getting in culturally appropriated garb and garb is not used as a negative here. It's used as when you wear something ceremonial, we say garb. I don't get it. I don't know why.
Do you think their reaction to this and their actions toward this would be different if it wasn't an election year?
Oh, definitely. I think they would still be shit talking Trump. They'd be going back and forth. But now that there's coming as an election, season, which right now I don't think there's anybody. Dude, is Biden even still fucking saying shit? I mean, aside from him doing his little video stuff.
I don't know. Those are so bad.
Right. I mean, yeah, they're like cringeworthy like crazy. I mean, again, I'm libertarians or GOP. You've got to have somebody that's going to come. There has to be somebody. Somebody has to be coming in here to run against on a ticket. Has Trump been nominated already as the presumptive candidate for the Republican Party?
Well, there's nobody standing up against all the folks that have said, yes, I'm going to run against President Trump for the 2020 election. They kind of silently and very quietly just kind of bowed out. I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody. I really don't know if there's anybody on the side of the Republicans that stands a chance. I think a potato, if he had an R by his name, would beat Joe Biden. But but there's nothing except President Trump right now.
Right. It sucks. It sucks because,
Is Bill Weld still running?
yeah, I was about to say I saw that in the chat. I don't know. Is he?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
I don't even know if he is or not. I'm just kind
It's
of
not a game like he wants to win, that's for sure.
Well, I think, and a lot of it too, they get like talked out. All these guys are doing. You know what makes me mad is that everyone's doing these videos, Republicans against Trump. Never Trump. Awesome. Where the hell were you guys earlier? I mean, where were you guys at before? What was your platform before? Now you're doing the. It almost seems like they're doing a fucking Bloomberg thing. You know what I mean? Where they're just going to show up at the last minute.
And that, all the polling data is coming out, and they're saying, "Oh yeah, it's in all these states." They're saying, Ohio's in play, Texas is in play. Actually, in Texas, Biden has like a 12-point lead or something like that. And I'm like, I don't pay attention to polls because they were saying things like that when Hillary was running against President Trump. It was like, oh, she's got a 94% chance of becoming the president. And then election night happened, and people showed up to the polls, and President Trump is now our president. And up until this Minneapolis, Minnesota thing, I think it was a kind of a walk in the park. Coronavirus probably set him back a little bit, but then these riots and stuff are really not looking good.
Oh hell no, dude.
That's my opinion. I'm not a politician. I'm not a political scientist. So
yeah,
it's just the way things look.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good. Now, do you think it's because? I mean, we talked about this earlier due to the fact that everyone's lives been ruined by it. That I don't want to sound tinfoil or conspiracy theory, but I do remember that email that was going around saying that the government would be shut down and they were going to close everything down, and nobody fucking believed it. You remember that? Yep. And I'm just like, I have a feeling there's more to this. I mean, not more to this as in like conspiracy theory shit that's like really outlandish, but I just have a feeling that there was something that was done to either reset us or to get us out of something. It just seems like really fucking weird that we just shut down. I'll tell you something right now. I'm in a state that's locked down, and I was just telling Cause that I got a fucking haircut today. I didn't give a fuck. I fought the power.
What's the statute of limitations on getting a haircut in a lockdown state?
You know what? I think I might have the NSA and the FBI tracking me right now. Stat, we have a haircut stat.
What?
It's like we have somebody who's violated HB Con haircut. And I'm gonna give Baby Ice one. I'm gonna get Baby Ice one too. He's gonna get a haircut too. Little dude. He's looking like a little Justin Bieber hair and shit, or he looks like a little skater. His hair right now is like a little skater. He's gonna get a haircut too. But I was just like, what the hell's going on? It's like all of a sudden it's like people aren't listening. You're looking at stuff, that's happening right now, and you're right. Is it going to be? I don't know. You think it's going to be to his detriment? Do you think on how he treated this Rona and the fucking riots and shit?
I think he's fine on the Rona because that was a global thing. I think the response has been. I mean, if you're going to get sick in any country in the world, I would choose to be sick in the United States because of the talent of our physicians. So I think he's fine. I think the right things were put into play as far as enabling the doctors to really test and take care of things and try stuff, removing some of the barriers to test certain drugs and then find out what works and what doesn't, and they really bolstered up all of the hospitals with funding, and they provided funding for testing, and they did a really good job. I think they did a really good job, all things considered. But man, this George Floyd situation is just really it's I got a bad taste in my mouth, man. I'm not saying it's Trump's fault.
Right.
I don't think it at all is Trump's fault. I think maybe his reaction to the situation was probably not ideal.
Right.
It could have been done. In hindsight is 2020, but everybody, you got to get out in front of this before it gets out of control, and it was just too little, too late, in my opinion.
Right. He definitely had some. He could have had some consequence management with the country to kind of like put him at ease. You know what I mean? But I I'll be like you were saying. The next news story we're gonna talk about, it's gonna be more on atrocity. But we're gonna take a break right quick. But everybody, I'm laughing like W right now. That's how I'm like blah I am. We're gonna be talking about some shit that's gonna make it feel like an atrocity.
Whoever got former President George W. Bush on the air for the Monday edition with Ice, he would think that there is an echo.
Right. I would do it on purpose.
I'm thinking I'm hearing an echo.
Hey, Ice. Whoa. the hell's going on? All right, we'll be right back. We're gonna take a break right quick. Ice and Cos on tonight's Monday edition. Stand by.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
Is this where you draw the line? 'Cause it's so sad. Tell me where you lost your faith. Is it so bad? Couldn't see it in your face. And it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back. to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Hello, you. Will you come back down to me? Hello, you. Will you come back down? Hello, you. Won't you come back down to me? Hello, you.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
Please enjoy the show. Shots.
And we're back. Part 2 of the Monday edition with Ice and Cause.
What's up?
Having some discussions here about what's going on in the world. Man, it's just so. I have another what the fuck in my head about this stuff that's going on. I'm going to kill the music. All right,
Let it out.
Yeah.
Let it out.
Yeah, bro. Did you hear what they did to fucking Bugs Bunny? What they're doing to Looney Tunes? Did you hear what they did to fucking Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam?
They had someone called in. It was a red flag alert on Elmer Fudd, and I heard they're going to take his shotgun away.
They're taking right.
It's not going to be Wabbit season anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So apparently the gun culture is too much for the for I don't know, for this youth. So Looney Tunes, Warner Brothers, has removed all weaponry. So I'll be honest with you, when you think about it, how many times did Wile E. Coyote try to blast freaking the Roadrunner with a cannon?
Every single episode.
Every single episode. And back in my day, there you go. See, I said it just now. So you got me there, Chris. You got me. Back in my day, when you saw Wile E. Coyote, get blasted by the fucking Roadrunner, or his attempt to blast the Roadrunner, he got shot in the face by his own cannon, or when Yosemite Sam would come in and start shooting up the fucking bar, and Bugs Bunny would do some shit, or I'm hunting wascally wabbits. What happened? There was weaponry involved. Duck season, wabbit season. We remember that episode with Daffy Duck. I'm almost afraid of playing the video here because I don't want to get fucking
copyrights.
I don't want to get really. I don't get this because it's a cartoon that was filmed a long time ago. It's almost like it is not almost. It is the wiping of history when something like that happens.
It's almost like getting rid of a Confederate statue.
Right. Well, yeah. Oh man,
it's a part of Americana though. Those are the cartoons that I watched after church every Sunday.
Right.
It was cartoons for like an hour and a half.
Yep.
We would eat breakfast and then we'd watch the World Wrestling Federation.
Yeah, because the cartoons would end around noontime. Because you went to church in the morning. Then right when you got back, you didn't go to fucking Denny's, or you had some fucking you had some family breakfast get together at IHOP. And then it was like around 10 o'clock when you finally got, because churching and it takes out of you. It's like doing PT in the morning. Show up in formation. And what happens? You sit down and you watch Runner and Bugs Bunny. And you're right. Then you saw WWE. Saturday morning cartoons were all the other ones. But bro, are we getting to the point where What was the reason why? I mean, why were we doing that? What happened?
I think it might be just the gun culture.
But that's what I'm saying. That the last time I checked,
Warner Brothers is a big corporation. They're trying to appease to everybody. So
Right,
they're going
but-
to alienate an entire section of society.
America is the gun culture, though. Isn't that what the Second Amendment's all about? I mean, what was it, like on The Mandalorian? Weapons are part of my religion. You know?
I'm down with that.
Yeah, that's right. Somebody asked me during all this upheaval and stuff, did I have any weapons, any freedom devices? I'm like, I have freedom devices, but they're at the bottom of a lake. But I know where I can find some freedom devices. You know, it's part of our culture. It's how we live as an American. I don't want to keep going back. I don't want to keep doing a roundabout. I don't want to have to do a circle back to. See, that's like a formation talk right there. I don't want to circle back to
The wagon.
the circle. Yeah, circle back to now. If you're talking about defunding the police, now would be a good time not to get rid of your guns.
I mean, yeah, what's going to happen? Yeah, you're going to defund the police. Great. Does that mean there's going to be fewer police? Or are they going to do the same job for less money? There's a whole lot of questions there, and I don't think these cities, especially Minneapolis, which kind of took the lead on that, and they overwhelmingly voted a veto-free, unanimous decision to get rid of, I don't know what the details are. No one can draft any legislation in 36 hours.
I was about to say, that the Congress did a pretty good job. I don't even know. Once again, we don't even know what's part of this police brutality reform bill. The reason why a lot of Congress, a lot of the congressional stuff, I know when I voted on some things that they've always attached if you want to vote for this is going to be attached to it. So like if you want to vote for medicinal marijuana, you also want to vote for an extended background check on weapons. Why did you put that on the same ticket? Why did you, in other words, so you're saying that I only got one choice, but there's another additional issue that's been attached to it?
Oh, and if you vote against it, that means that you are in favor of police brutality.
Right.
It's not like any police station in the United States has rules on the book saying you're supposed to brutalize minorities. I'm sure every single police station has these rules in place. It's just the fact that they're not being enforced to a level where it's a deterrent to from people to be, these headstrong cops. These ones that are getting out of control are, and my ex-wife, she's an ex-wife, but she was right when she says behavior that is rewarded will be repeated.
Oh wow, that's like some sage advice right there, dude. That's like some of excellent memes.
And every time I see shit like this going on, I'm like, I go back to the behavior that is rewarded will be repeated. It's not like they get bonuses for this, but they don't get punished.
Right.
And this officer had 15, 18 complaints against him.
Yeah, that's right. Recruiter Times says the problem is accountability.
Yeah.
He did. He had more substantiated complaints than he had. Like you're right, 18.
If I had any complaints against me in my job, I'd be gone.
Mm-hmm.
If I was mean or personal or shoved somebody at work or whatever, I'd be looking for another job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One time.
Right.
Why should the police department be any different?
Right.
Send him for retraining, and if it happens again, he's gone. And maybe the police union has a big say in this. Maybe
Right.
they have their claws a little bit too deep in the way that the police departments run their station. I don't know.
Are you?
I
Go ahead.
I wish I knew. I don't have the answer. I'm not a police officer. My brother's a police officer. I don't get into his business. I mean, he's been a cop for approaching 22 years now.
Wow.
And this is just what a way to go, man. Because he's looking at places to retire and stuff. I mean, he's making those plans right now. So I don't know. Now I heard 800 cops in New York kind of put in their retirement paperwork.
That right there, because there's also the Buffalo cops that knocked over that old dude.
Yeah.
And everyone's trying to go off on the fact that he was an agitator. And if you look at some of the video, he was returning a helmet that one of the cops had dropped, and he was giving it back. And I don't know if they thought that he was going to fucking throw it at him or something like that. But you know, the olds, they don't react well to sudden movements.
He was, I mean, he was pushed. The part of the video, like I'm saying, the video that everybody sees is the one that's 3 seconds long, but the story is probably 30 or 40 seconds long.
Right.
All I saw was these stormtrooping looking police officers marching forward.
Yep.
He's standing there. He gets shoved, loses his balance, and he falls directly backwards, smacks his head on the pavement, and he is obviously unconscious at that time. A police officer who was walking next to the officer that shoved him kind of bent over to take care of him. They're like, you know, they probably told him, stand your ass up, son. Keep on going. Because he kind of righted himself, and then he kept on walking. You know, it's you know, it's like he was told to just keep on moving.
Ross says it was faked.
I heard that too. Because they kind of did a close up of his shirt, and it looked like, you know, he's bleeding out of his ears, but he had something in his shirt. So I don't know. I really don't know, man.
You know,
this is the worst episode of The Twilight Zone I have ever seen.
Bro, man, I cannot. I cannot. Oh, man. So, because of that, those two officers that were involved in that event, they got arrested. They got hemmed up. And then what ended up happening with them is that they ended up getting arrested, and then they got held, and they were released. And because of that, it was like that special response team, like all those guys, and you said like in those stormtrooper suits, they all quit. They all quit that team. I don't know if they quit the force, but I think they quit that specialized team. I'm thinking, damn, dude, holy shit. I mean, is it one of those things where the cops are like, is it like a police union thing? I mean, we can speculate, but. Do you think it's a police union thing that all of a sudden these cops are like, you know what, fuck it, I'm out. I'm going.
It's said in protest. It's against their oath. And I just kind of put it back into a military unit. If you see somebody in your squad or someone in your platoon doing something super fucked up, I mean, more than just the regular fucked up, but this is super fucked up.
Right.
You're gonna take care of business inside the house. I don't know that this happens. I think there's this level of protection, this brotherhood, this protection brotherhood within police forces that needs to be broken. There needs to be camaraderie and, you know, a team environment, and you're going to take care of your brother, but or your sister, but when it comes to doing shady illegal shit, that needs to be broken. That line needs to break there.
Specifically because you kind of think about it, you have an event to where you what would you do if it was a civilian? How would they be treated? Do you think it's fair that these cops would be getting away with it, and you know what I mean, the civilian wouldn't? What would happen to a civilian if they just knocked over an old dude like that and he started bleeding in front of the whole world, and it was like, what the fuck, you know what I mean?
Then I think it would be just not shoved under the rug, but just treated as this is just regular. This is violence. It's just a protest that kind of went awry.
Yeah, bro, I just
something so public like that you cannot cover that up.
Right.
Super bad if you try to.
Right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you couldn't do that. If you did, then fucking it would be just as worse if you trying to acquit the cops that fucking killed Floyd. So. Now, real quick, you think that the whole, because they got all of them were arrested. Damn it, cause we're not supposed to be talking about that shit. We keep going back to it.
Sorry.
I'm just
your show, man.
No, it's okay, brother. I'm just like, fuck. It's fucking frustrating, man. It is frustrating as all fuck. I want to believe that there's some good cops out there that would stop some shit. Actually, I will say there are some good. We have fans right now that are in the chats that are listening to us that are friends of the station, and we know that they're Leos, and they know that we got your back, man. But God, this is just a shit situation all around.
You got to take care of your house, man. You got to clean your house.
We know, I know we have some friends that are U.S. Army MP WTF moments. Do you think there needs to be like a Leo WTF moments? You know how we bust units out and stuff like that? Do you think they'd get the ass if we just created a police WTF moments, and then they would have they'd get dimed out like that? What would happen if Facebook? Do you think the cops would get upset? Do you think the police unions would get upset if we did something like that, or if a page like that? Because I know there's one that posts a lot of the helmet cams, the body cams.
Of contacts with suspects.
Yeah. Because Live PD and cops aren't filming during this event right now. During all this stuff right now, they decided they're not going to film Live PD.
That's probably a good call.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That is a good call. There's no need to exact. And that's another thing too. Are you gonna flame? We're all in heightened tensions right now. Everyone's sensitive right now to what's happening. Do you think that the cancel culture is starting to get everybody fucking too razzled up about it? On the meaning of stuff, like what they're doing with Drew Brees, or like
what is the deal with him? He came out, he said something, his team hemmed him up for it, and then he says, "I retract my statement because my teammates told me to."
Well,
I don't know what he said.
Here's the thing with him, is that he had quoted, and this is what he was saying. All the NFL players did a video together talking about, what's going on, obviously, with the current events. Talking about kneeling and stuff. And Drew Brees said, "I'll never agree with anybody disrespecting the flag of the United States of America or our country."
I'm done with that.
That's what he said. Now, mind you, he said he will never agree. And that's the key thing when it comes to stuff like this. It's that groupthink stuff we're talking about. Everyone got mad. Everyone's like fucking.
Because he broke away from the group thing?
Yeah, I think it was what it was. So everyone got pissed off at him. And it was like saying he doesn't know better. We don't care if you agree, or how about that? I mean, everyone's like, it's not. They just like were just his whole. He had everybody slam. So he fucking apologized for it.
Yeah, but it was kind of like in air quotes apology.
Well, do you think so? I mean, do you think that he? I mean,
you probably think all pads are the same.
Oh shit! What the hell? I'm watching a damn tampon commercial here, and this damn fucking video I was going to show. Never mind. Disregard. Oops. He got unpersoned. He got canceled.
Canceled Drew Brees.
They canceled Drew Brees. So he apologized last Thursday after receiving a backlash for the comments that he made for not backing up potential NFL player protests. Yeah, it was an ad from an article that I was about to play video. I'm sorry, I'm embarrassed. He said that the comments were insensitive and completely missed the mark. I don't see when he says he doesn't agree with someone becomes missing the. You know what I mean? I don't think that's insensitive. If someone says I'm not agreeing, because me and you, me and you are kind of like the same thinkers, but there's a couple of things that me and you may or may not agree to, but that's it. We're not gonna like get the ass and shit and start canceling each other out just because I don't agree.
I don't agree with kneeling during the national anthem at all. I don't think there's there's not ever a reason to do that. I can have that view, and I can still be against police brutality.
Right.
And just because I stand for the national anthem doesn't mean I accept police brutality.
Right.
And that's the point that I think got missed.
And his wife came out too, and said, "Hey, no, he's not really a bad dude."
He's sleeping on the couch right now.
Exactly. His ass is gonna fucking, But it just you can. There's some things that I'm not gonna agree with about this either. I don't care about what you think about it. There was a police officer that was asked to kneel with the protesters. The police officer said, "I don't kneel to nobody but God." That's what he said. He was on video.
That's a legit response.
Legit response. I don't see what would be the big deal of anybody saying that if they're they're kneeling or something like that. It's almost like don't force it on somebody, because now it doesn't seem like it's it literally is. It was an African American police officer, by the way, and he said no. There were some protesters. He's like, "Will you kneel with us?" And all this. There have been people that have kneeled and prayed with them and all that. I got it, man. All you go for it.
There's National Guard units I've seen. Everyone was kneeling and they were
right
hanging out with the protesters. I think that was more of to build some rapport.
Right. Exactly. So it's
we're not here to kick your ass. We're here for you.
Yeah, we're here to support you. Exactly that. Exactly.
What about, and this might be a Sergeant's Time thing, but it's kind of along the same subject. What about the retired devil dog that dressed up in his dress uniform and had the black tape over his mouth that says "I can't breathe"?
He's retired. He's in uniform. He can do. You can do whatever you want. Now, of course, in the Army, wearing the Army service uniform while retired, like say for instance, I wanted to because I'm retired now and I wanted to slap that uniform on for an event or something like that. I could do that because that's the old retire. I can't wear like ACUs or anything like that, but I can wear my dress uniform. And,
it's like I would have to wear my Class A's.
Right. You had exactly that. You have to wear your Class A's.
I don't fit into my Class A's.
You know what? That's funny. It's been a couple of years since I wore my frickin'. I'm gonna see if I can fit in mine. You can't lose retirement benefits because it's a uniform infraction, and that's it. It's not a punitive event. It's not, and he's wearing a uniform. He's retired and he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
See, I got into a little. It wasn't an argument. It was a discussion. I spend a lot of time on Reddit, and I usually have some pretty good conversations. My opinion was asked, and I gave my opinion. I said, protest all you want. Say whatever you want, but especially if you're active, don't wear the uniform because that's a no-no. But don't bring the uniform into the protest.
Right. I'm right there.
I said, protest all you want.
Right there with you. The regulation says specifically that you will not protest or show any partisanship while in uniform. Period. That's the rule I have when I'm retired too. So if someone asks me to,
even as a retiree,
yeah,
that rule still applies. It's you're not going to get busted for it, or they're not going to take money out of your retirement check.
Right. Your Class A shrunk, Ross? Is that what you're saying? Everyone's like,
yeah, the Class A shrunk.
They shrunk, huh? That's funny. It's like fucking. It gets like that sometimes. Yeah, everyone's saying D. Treasy cut me off again. That's why we got cut off mid-show. Now it's like you're saying. I'm drinking coffee right now, and I'm tired, bro. I'm tired of the. It literally is draining trying to do, not trying to get on the same subject, but they just keep creeping in. The Marine wearing it, that's his prerogative. I don't think anybody who's served their country, actually, it's the right of every American to be allowed to protest, no matter what. I draw the line at inciting violence or becoming violent while you're protesting, because then to me, you're no longer a protester. You're just now becoming a shit-posting fucking agitator. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Socks still fit. I don't want to sit there and say that what I have to say protesting is good or bad, but I'm not at all. I'm gonna fucking pick up a brick or a rock or start swinging at people. I'm gonna hold my sign. I'm gonna walk. Whatever. I had a discussion before. You never take your kid to a protest in case it gets to shit, because you never know.
If Spanky were to go to this certain protest, it would probably say something like Black Lives Matter. I was told there would be cake.
Right. Where's the snacks? But you know what? The sensitivity is that you'd get people would get mad for you saying that. I have no issues with the term. Honestly, I don't. I really don't. I don't. I understand it. It's one of those things, and here's where everyone's gonna get dicey, and I can just tell right now. This is gonna haunt me for fucking. There's gonna be some Twitter person's gonna be like, I said this. Ken said this back in June 8th, 2020. I'm gonna run for office, and they're gonna be like, did you say this on air? I'm like, I sure did. I get what you mean. I get what you're saying. I'll say it too. Black Lives Matter. Yep. There you go. That's the movement.
It shouldn't have to be said.
Right. So
it really should have to be said.
So that's the whole point of what the meaning of the term is, because it has to be said. Because for me, I'm right. I don't take an offense to it. I'm not butthurt about it. I don't care about how it's sent. But what if it's a cause and a movement that cause isn't a cause, not cause our cause, but if it's a cause that it's for the change for good, then don't fuck with it. Leave it alone. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you brought that up. There are some people that are now. Look, you guys and gals need to watch the fucking memes when it comes to vandals and what monuments have been vandalized. There's been several several memes going, you don't protest, now you lost me at your support for your protest. And these memes have pictures from 2016, 2014. There's even some Photoshop ones that totally look like fucking Russian Chinese propaganda because they don't know how to spell. Like with some terms that we say, you know how we say fuck the police or whatever, they like overdo it. They're like polite in their fucking graffiti. You're not gonna fucking do anybody any good by selling that bullshit. There was a Vietnam Veterans Memorial that was vandalized in 2016. That meme has come back up as what's been happening today.
That was like like at the mall, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was the traveling one. It was the one that was traveling, and it stopped I can't remember where it stopped. But the kid, they busted the kid, and they made the kid clean the graffiti off, and everyone's like, yeah, good job, community service and all that stuff. That's what you do, right? And the kid understood the meaning. He got to meet some Vietnam veterans who explained to him the importance of what the wall is all about. All said and done.
We have a question in the Mixer chat. The question is, does Canadian graffiti say like a redacted the police? And actually, the answer to that question is no. It says heck the police.
Yeah, it says heck the police, eh?
Or darn the police.
Yeah, heck the police, eh? Take off, eh? You fucking hosers. Yeah, they don't. You guys got to be careful with it, man. Because I have some of the friends that I have on my timeline. Love y'all. And I'll see a meme come by, and I was like, "Hey, that happened a long time ago. That's not that." Now, don't get me wrong. The 54th Massachusetts. The 54th Massachusetts All-Black Regiment.
Which one was okay?
That was the movie that was the movie Glory. If you saw the movie Glory, probably one of the better fucking Civil War movies. Glory. It's about Colonel Shaw, commander of the 54th Massachusetts, who led an all-black regiment. As a matter of fact, one of the first Medal of Honors given to an African American was from the flag bearer. Got shot in the fucking face, and he's still carrying the fucking flag.
Give him a 4-day pass.
Right. Well, boxing was pretty bad. That was exactly that. At any rate, he's badass. You're right. He's fucking badass walking around that shit. But anyways, that was legit vandalized. I don't think that people are realizing because of you can totally tell the ignorance or history, but there's been video of people that aren't black spray painting graffiti that are BLM. They're spray painting BLM, and it's not BLM doing it, or it's not support. It's like they're like kind of like the protest is in the middle of town or something like that, and then like a monument's getting sprayed the fuck down. It's like you were saying about just some distractive shit. You know what I mean? Shit that's distractive.
It's almost it's like a feeding frenzy.
Yeah.
It just starts to get out of control.
Right. Hey, what's up, Spanky? What you doing here?
Oh, she probably heard me say that thing.
You said snacks.
Spanky's gonna have a protest sign that would say Black Lives Matter, and underneath it I was told there would be cake.
They told me cake. Exactly that.
And then Minx would be standing right next to her, and it'll have a sign, and it'll say Black Lives Matter, and a big arrow to the I was told there would be cake.
Yeah, exactly. We're living in some times right now where people, and this Sergeant's time is going to get people fired to fuck up. Oh God, it's going to get fired to fuck up. Sergeant's time is going to be pretty crazy. There's been a lot of things that have been happening in the Defense Department realm. A lot of things have been happening in the military realm. That's going to get everybody exactly that. Since when did freaking memes become a news source? When people, exactly that. Recruiter times when people start fucking passionate, and you see the arguments that's happening. It's a good point.
It's been an extremely ever since the 25th.
Yeah,
is when George Floyd was died.
Yeah, it was just like Memorial Day, right before Memorial Day.
This is a very huge emotional roller coaster, and we kind of saw that all break loose from about the 26th, 27th, all the way up until last week. At the end of last weekend, I guess, is when it started to really die down. So it's emotions, man. It's people's emotions. People are frustrated.
People are frustrated because they were locked down.
That didn't help.
People are frustrated because they lost of businesses. People are frustrated because I just want to give a shout out to individuals, and this is something that I didn't think about until I talked to some people that there was some of the stuff that they were going through. Hey, real quick, I just wanted to say that this has to do with the Monday edition. I got like some messages for doing the Memorial Day.
Good ones, I hope. It was an excellent show.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I got, and I asked permission for one of them to talk about a story. They were feeling down about what was happening, and they were down and out during Memorial Day. And because we aired, and you guys and gals in the chat, they don't want to, I'm not going to name name, but they could tell. But I can tell the story. You guys and gals in the chat kept this individual from having any ideations to harm themselves. And they're good to go. So they're going to seek some help. Got a bunch of messages about that. I was like, wow. Okay, cool. So from here on out, Memorial Day is going to be a permanent broadcast. Every time we have Memorial Day, it's going to be up. If I don't get to do it because I'm doing something or I'm doing something live or whatever, then whatever. Big shout out to the Bayou Bandits for doing the impromptu concert for us.
That was great, dude. I was cleaning the house and I had that pulled up and I was listening to it. I didn't watch it, but it was playing. So like for at least 45 minutes, an hour.
It was like just under an hour. It's like 50 something minutes. It was just under an hour.
It was great.
And so it was pretty it was like I said, it was pretty humbling to see all these messages coming in, and there was only like I said, there was only a couple of them that, because we have the condition of anonymity, but the ones that I could talk about. This individual was feeling down, had a friend that killed in Afghanistan, good friends. They had like joined the army, like in the battle buddy system. They joined the army. That wasn't the battle buddy system. Like they had joined the army. They were always in basic training AIT, and then they go to Afghanistan together and they get killed, or one of them gets killed. And so he's been feeling like it's a lot of survivor's guilt. And I was like, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the kind words. Throw some resources at him. It's a him. Yeah, I'll say it. And they were able to get some help. They were able to get some, whatever. But the majority of it was that you guys and gals that were in the chats, it wasn't just me talking, but you guys and gals in the chats helped some of these individuals that were having issues. And I'm glad. I thank you for it. That's awesome. Stuff like that.
We got great fans. We really
do. We do, man. It really is. It really is. I was just kind of like, because, I was just kind of thinking, hey, we're going to do a show every time. Because off and on we'll do a Memorial Day show or whatever. It wasn't really kind of a thing. But after what happened, after that that got me moving to that permanent fixture now. But those events that happened over the Memorial Day weekend was part of it too. There's some frustration. Everyone's being locked down. Damn, dude. I'm not seeing this fucking economy when I went with this great upstart to the economy when I'm seeing friends' businesses fucking collapse or having to close shop. Restaurants, bars, tattoo shops, upstart businesses, expansions of businesses get totally fucking whacked because of it.
Kind of makes you nervous to open up a business, man, because you gotta have a lot of liquid, and if you don't have a lot of liquid, man, it's tough.
Yeah. No, well, not only that, but there was also some expansions of business and business license renewals. I mean, some states would just not let you renew their license. You're just like, okay, well, thank you for your taxes, you're done.
You're a man who's been around Texas. I went out Saturday afternoon. I took care of a couple of things, and I'm like, I really feel like a burger. I am going to go to Fuddruckers. My Fuddruckers location had a big old sign on the wall that all the grass was really tall and stuff around the building, and it says this location has been temporarily closed. And it was due to the COVID. That's I don't know if you've ever eaten at Fuddruckers.
Of course. Of course.
Really good burgers.
Yes. I like how they kill. I don't want to say kill. I like how they cut the meat right there by the window while you're walking by it. Yep. But no, it's frustrating. Yeah, like I was saying, you kind of like get bumped the fuck out, dude. That's why I like the news that's going on right now. It's just kind of like, yeah, it affected some of us on the staff too. It just fucking bummed the fuck out. Just like, god damn, dudes. I don't see this economic turn down. I mean, we'll of course, we're Americans. We're gonna fucking fight through this. We'll be all right. We'll pull through this. There are no issues with that. But damn. It's a bum fucking news week. Until I got those those messages. They're mostly PMs. I didn't even notice them either. I just saw message requests. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, oh, it's okay, thank you. Thanks. Didn't mean to blow you off. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Yeah. Are you talking to Troxel today? What's up? What you doing? He was on the page? Oh, okay, yeah. Good deal.
You know, it's got the. I mean, I'm here in Texas, so I'm kind of insulated from all the other states that are not opened up. I had no idea that people weren't opening up quite as much as Texas was until you mentioned that you snuck out and got a haircut.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Of course, of excellence. I mean, a little.
That's so bad. I mean, we ran a piece. It was about a 20-minute clip from I forgot the gentleman's name, but he runs a gym in North Carolina.
And
he was shut down.
Yeah, Kamataslos. Yeah, and he posts. He's because there's still states that are in full lockdown. There's like 16 states that are still locked down. And some states that are surrounding of that, you can't fucking do shit. On that note, I forgot to put it out. Well, actually, I'll put it out right now. Just released before we came on air. The DoD's now released some posts that are in. Some of them are in lockdown states, some of them are not, but some of them that require an exception to policy to PCS. As long as your installation is green to green, meaning your installation's green to go to the other duty station, then you're good to go.
I got a friend of mine who was in the Coast Guard. He was on the East Coast, and he was in the middle of a PCS move about a month ago, and he was allowed to do that.
Yeah,
I mean himself. He packed up his house and he did it all the way to I think he's in Alabama or Mississippi or something like that.
Yeah. He was some of the lucky ones because there were some individuals that got stopped midway and got told. So, if it's for gaining, in other words, if gaining and losing organizations are green for a PCS, then your travel restrictions are good to go.
So if you're going from Hood to Fort Campbell, or you can do it, but if you're going to Bragg, there might be a hiccup in there somewhere.
Right, exactly. So Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, D.C., Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, and this is just like today. This literally just happened today. Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Mississippi, Missouri, New Mexico, New York, North Dakota, Oklahoma, Oregon, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Washington, and West Virginia and Wyoming.
That covers all the basic training states.
Those are pretty much the basic training states, some of the several larger installations, except for so if I read your state off, you're agreeing to travel to each other state. Unless you're in a lockdown state. You require an exception to policy. A host nation, if you're in Bahrain, Belgium, Germany, Japan, or the United Kingdom, then that's it. So I guess, I mean, what's frustrating is that this is what the DoD is saying. There is still state information that's being released on some states that are still rising in COVID cases, if that makes any sense. I know Georgia is wide open, but however, they've been fucking having an increase of testing data. Florida is not green at all. Even though it's open, it's not green because now they just had like I think 4,000 new fucking cases or some shit like that.
Wow. I know Dallas has had. I've been tracking the cases over through the month of April. From the middle of April until present, and there's I'm tracking the numbers of cases by percentage, and it's not looking good these last few weeks in Dallas or in Houston.
Now, has there been a larger increase in some of the areas because the activities have been opened up, or is it just?
I think that is the case. I think within the next week or two, you'll probably see an uptick in cases because of the protests. But yeah, I think since Texas started opening up on May 8th, where you can go to a otherwise non-essential store that's limited to 5% capacity and all those rules.
Right.
That's when I got my first haircut.
Right. I remember you. I remember you telling about that. I look like Paulie from the fucking Sopranos. My hair could be like slicked back. Forget about it. You know what I mean? That's how
There's a reason I don't cut hair for a living.
Exactly. I just let my shit grow. I mean, I have not had my hair that long. I mean, I had not cut my hair already 2 weeks prior to the lockdown and everything got shut down. So you could just imagine for all that time, I had deployment haircut. I had deployment hair. It was funny as shit.
I mean, my hair started going over my ears, and I'm like, okay, that's enough. I went and bought a set of clippers and hacked myself.
My hair was starting to go past my ears. Like, it was literally it was almost to the earlobe going. It was like, that's how long it was getting. I was going to.
You were Justin Bieber.
My daughter told me that I should have like got my hair like Logan. Like, I should have grew a beard out and then been like the old man Logan. But oh man, as soon as I saw oh, how you doing today? Because she's Korean. How you doing today? Oh, cut your hair, please.
CQ's been having that quarantine beard going.
Oh my god, yeah, dude.
He's going to shave that. That showed up overnight.
Yeah. You gotta look. You just look every time you look at CQ. He's just like, whoa, dude. You ever see that? What's in your wallet? What's that? Capital One, where they're having the beard growing contest for the Vikings. That's what it reminds me of.
You win that.
Yep. Hey, real quick, the main page wanted me to bust out a bolo. If you guys not paid attention, there was a guy who had his fucking household goods. His vehicle had their truck and trailer stolen with it, had their household goods in it. They were doing a DD move.
When I read that, I'm like, okay, the trailer was stolen. Okay, cool. He still got transportation. And then I read it again. His truck and a big ass truck and a long ass trailer got taken.
Right. So that was last seen on June 6th in a Marriott parking lot in Aurora, Colorado. I'm gonna throw the deets on here. So if you see this big rig right here, it's a dually. And Connecticut license plate on the truck is Charlie 049er563, and the trailer is Alpha Delta 94274. And if you have any information, go ahead and call the what's the agency here? Call the Aurora, Colorado Police Department. Police dispatch at 303-627-3100 or general information 303-739-6000. So if you see this rig running down the road, or if you come up behind it, I mean, honestly, that's a beautiful picture, by the way, of the behind the mountains and the rocks and shit. Oh, looks like an F4. Looks like it's a Ford F-250 or something like that.
Big
ass truck with a trailer. All of his household goods were in there.
His family's life was in that trailer.
Right. That's just, dude. I can't stand a fucking thief, man. I cannot fucking. I just no. That's fucking. I hate. Again, let me fucking start on thieves. Fucking, I'm frustrated as shit when I see. Every time I see, I feel sorry because you feel helpless when you get shit stolen from you, man. But anyways, so take a look again, and then go ahead and let's write the numbers. The post is on the main page already, so if you want to check it out. Shit, dude, it's like 10 minutes prior, man. You want to do some fucking house cleaning?
Go for it.
All right, so we have had. Let's see, what's this? Hang on, I'm going through some. Let me see some. Where is it at? Do we have some more? Where's our cut sheet at? Do we have cut sheets? Do we have a cut sheet today? Oh, we sure do. Oh, we did. Okay. Hey, so Thursday, 25 June, we're gonna have Command Sergeant Major Robert T. Craven. I know him. CSM, hails from Swords, Louisiana. Enlisted the Army in March 1st, 1995 as an field artillery surveyor, and then reclassed to 13 Papa. He's going to be joining me on Sergeant's Time to talk about. He just got selected to pick to be part of the SVAB, Advisor, 5th Security Forces Assistance Brigade out of JBLM. Stood up. The SVAB now they're doing some crazy ass shit. They're realigning. They're aligning their organizations to specific AORs.
He just got born, and they're realigning already.
Yeah, like literally, like they just finished doing their fucking. They just now had an activation ceremony. And not only that, but they also had been aligned to Indo-PACOM. So the responsibility for their area, for their mission, will be with aligning with partners in the Indo-PACOM area of responsibility. He's gonna come on. We've already talked before. He's a good dude. Probably gonna break some balls and stuff like that. Shoot the shit back and forth. You're probably just gonna hear it's gonna be the Ken and Rob show pretty much, good because we know each other. He's a good dude. Good guy. I already talked to him before. Can't wait to have them on. We talk about the alignment, all that, and have some stuff and shoot the shit. The do's and don'ts. They're going through recruitment drive and how they're being more selective, and also working with some of the special operations forces that are out there. So it's I'm curious. Everyone's kind of curious to see what is with that. But you guys know that in order for you to find out about an organization that you may want to go to, you may want to check it out. Damn, dude, that's about the only thing we got going on. We got two potential guests coming up for CQ and for the Monday edition. Once we get that, we squared away, bro. Is that like? Just like feel like freaking time flew, but just feel like it was just it's just like I don't want to be a buzzkill, but damn, dude.
2 hours went quick.
It did. Don't forget to show today, which is Monday, with the Monday edition. And then we have Pop Culture Warrior with CQ. Thursdays with Sergeant's Time. Friday, Saturday, or Wednesday might be a new show. You never know. We're trying to get Radar squared away. He's going to be we already talked about that. And then Sunday is Kicking with Cause and Al.
Woo.
Yep.
The lighter side. We try to keep it light.
You guys, man, it's soothing. It's like
we kind of jumped into a little bit of COVID, a little bit of George Ferguson, but then we got out of it.
George Floyd. Fergus, you must be talking about, that was Ferguson, Missouri. That was the other one,
yeah. That's another police incident.
Yeah, another police incident. Follow us on 14 different platforms. Share, like, and follow on Twitter, Facebook, when it's up, because Facebook is being stupid. I don't fucking know why. Twitter, Periscope, and YouTube. You don't gotta think of me, man. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And shots.
Everyone has a good night.
Shots.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Intergalactic horse, and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. And now they say that they've discovered life up there on Mars, so let's blow it all to hell and then claim it for ours. We'll paint the moon red, white, and blue for no other reason than we wanted to. Oh, Jupiter, imagine what you could become. A stupid, pointless planet turned into a giant gun. And gosh, I'm so sorry. Have to burst your bubble. Be a good sport now, sit back, relax, and watch us through the hubble as we celebrate the greatness of the United Planets of America. Space Force, we'll saddle up our intergalactic horse, and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Now we'll go to infinity and beyond, beyond. You'll hear our manly voices singing Space Force strong. The critics say sound doesn't travel in space, to which we reply sound will do as we say. Oh, Captain Kirk, your achievements, though notable and fine, as far as we're concerned, this is Deep Space Mine. And big fans, but Lord Vader, step away from the lightsaber. There can only be one, of course. Space Force. Ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, dum, 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 ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, dum, 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 dum. Space Force, Space Force. We'll saddle up our intergalactic horse, and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Space
Good evening, boys and girls. This is Tim Kennedy. I'm a Special Forces sniper, a Ranger-qualified Green Beret, a UFC fighter. Please listen to us and the shenanigans that we're going to say. We will insult you. There will be racial slurs. We will be sexist. We will offend you. But there will be magic, and a unicorn will be raped. So enjoy the show. Thank you for listening on WTF Nation Radio.